Extreme Customer Service Directory. Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. We're empowering you to build your brand.
Right. The 2018 marketing trend is to become a micro influencer. So what does that mean for attending trade shows?
Oh.
Right. Are they dead? Are they dying? Are they still worth your time and investment to attend? Or is everything just all online now?
Absolutely. Well, no. Not everything is online. And trade shows still have a huge opportunity and impact. It's where people gather.
It is. You know, the conversations that you meet, the impromptu, and what do they call it? In the hallways, lobbies, and bars, right? The stuff that goes on in between all these scheduled events, all the official stuff, right? It's the conversations, it's the relationship buildings. And, you know, as much as we love the internet and as effective as it can be for a lot of things, when it comes to that face-to-face conversation, you still haven't been able to capture that online.
Right.
You capture that in public face-to-face events. According to a private eye, they talk about why you should attend trade shows. They say they offer you a way to network, further your education, learn about new products, new trends, all in one setting. And even though they can cost a pretty penny, you can often offset the financial stress just by attending. So rather than having a booth,
right,
you know, and having the expense of that exposure, if you don't have that yet, then make sure you're at least a participant. If you spend anywhere from $50 to $85 to attend a show, but take away education that will not only help you see more clients in less time, teach you how to expand your business, add a new service, or build your network, then that alone is more than enough a reason. But there's a couple more in addition to that.
Absolutely. And I agree with all of those. And I think that, gosh, we should explore more reasons to attend trade shows because I don't know. I built a business attending trade shows.
Well, you did, but you know, when we think about what year that was or what years those were, it's not in the most recent. Is that nice? Is that a nice way to say?
I'll bet you the game hasn't changed that much.
It hasn't, but I think sometimes perception, and because we're doing so much virtually, is there still value? I just attended an event in Miami. Over 6,000 people walked through the doors. And yes, you can have 6,000 people scrolling around on the internet, but to actually be able to stop them and engage with them and have a conversation is incredible value. So here's a couple of tips of why trade shows can be a game changer for growing your company, growing your business.
Okay.
Number one, she says, try before you buy.
Absolutely. When you go through the trade shows, you have the opportunity to not only meet the people who you're going to be interacting with, or likely going to be interacting with, but there's an opportunity for you to do a little sample. Yeah,
a lot of times there are samples, demonstrations that you wouldn't necessarily see someplace else, conversations you wouldn't necessarily have, and you know, when you want to talk about meeting meeting the right people. The people that are at the trade shows are the right people that you probably want to meet, especially if there's certain companies that you're targeting.
Absolutely.
Second reason, keep ahead of trends. Not only we get to see not yet released products, but maybe even learn from guest speakers and vendors about upcoming trends, stuff that isn't even out on the market yet.
You know, that's why they love the auto shows, right? You know, we all go to see what's going on next year. Mm-hmm. And sometimes even the concept cars are super exciting.
The technology, event that goes on in Chicago or in LA, the CES every year, no matter what industry. So whatever industry you're in, there's probably a trade show that matches up for your specific industry. If you're in healthcare and wellness or dental industry, auto industry, all of that, there's probably trade shows that cater specifically to your industry. So to learn about what's coming up so you can offer that. It's better customer service, a better customer experience, because you'd hate for a customer to come to you and say, here's this new app for this thing. Oh, I've never heard of it. Oh, well, maybe you're not this up and coming. If you're not involved, are you really going to be around in the future. Maybe I should start shopping around for a new vendor. Ouch. Another one, broaden your network. She says when you're surrounded by like-minded people, you tend to share ideas more easily, right?
Yeah.
Easier to spark up a conversation with someone standing behind you in line or next to you in class, especially because you already know we have similar interests, right? Something in common brought us here.
As I mentioned, this is the gathering spot, right? Mm-hmm. This is where people of like-minded interests all gather. You know, what are you going to find at Comic-Con? You're going to find a whole bunch of goofy-looking people dressed up because they agree with that.
Goofy looking people?
Well, you know.
I'm not sure that's exactly how they would describe it.
I meant they're
comically
like
looking people,
books.
Right? Well, and when you think about if you're shy, just a tad bit introverted, it's easier to strike up that conversation with somebody sitting next to you in one of the classes, standing right next to you at a booth, standing in line.
Right.
Also, you can expand your global network because a lot of times the attendees come from far and wide to attend.
Absolutely.
And finally, she says, sharpen your business skills. Yes, we need to beef up our service techniques, in our industry, but also elevate our business acumen. It's just as important to our career success. Social media and marketing education, phenomenal reason to attend. And even though not every class involves social media, just being at the show affords you an opportunity to connect face to face with some of the industry's biggest online names. And in many cases, you're learning from the best in the business.
You really are. If we're to believe Keith Ferrazzi, his comment that says your net worth is your network is your net worth, then that's a crystal clear example of why trade shows are still valid. It's where people get together. It's where they swap ideas. When I used to do the trade shows, and I guarantee you this is not any different than it was back in the 90s, it was
back in my day.
Easy now. I'm not wearing a cardigan yet. But let me check my producer. No? All right.
Is he wearing a cardigan?
No, but I've seen him wear one. The idea of gathering at trade shows, when we got done with the show proper, that's when the lights are off and everything goes down and it's after dark. That's when the real good stuff happens. That's when the cool people go say, hey, you know what? I want to learn that advanced move, or I want to talk to you in detail. And they all head over to the bar or to some quiet area, and it can go on till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's good stuff.
That is the good stuff. It is.
I mean, you examine. So let's flip the conversation and chat a bit with you, because you've been on a trade show junket for the last 6 months.
I have been. The Small Business Expo puts together these trade shows all over the country. 15 of them are slated for just for this year.
Yeah. Have you built your network?
Oh my, yes.
Oh my, yes.
Oh my, yes.
I'm sure that wasn't the word I was expecting right after oh my, but yes. Okay. Have you learned something from people who are speaking and or presenting?
Oh my, yes.
Oh my, yes. Folks, I just want to draw attention to the enthusiasm with the oh my's, because it's coming with an oh my, yes.
Oh my, yes.
Have you been able to go behind the scenes after hours and do the stuff that not everybody has access to?
You are spot on. Yes. I know I didn't want to say it again,
but I think you should.
Yes. Oh my, yes. And so, yes, when you think about all the different things that are going on at the trade shows, what Eric is talking about, building your network, so this particular event, the Small Business Expo, they have an all day long trade show with sponsors and vendor booths, great networking. They do speed networking events there. Biz Talk Radio, who's our syndicator, is a sponsor of all of the events. And so they always have a booth at these events, which is how we got connected with them in the first place. They do workshops. There's probably 30 different workshops that you can go throughout the day for free. The event is free.
Are there stuff that you can go up to a vendor and sample?
Absolutely.
Yes. You get bags of stuff, and you can take bags of stuff home with you.
Right. And just asking other industry leaders, Google's on the main stage. Microsoft was doing some great events there. T-Mobile has this great big pink tour bus they bring into some of them. Shark Tank is at some of them, so you can even audition.
There you go.
For Shark Tank. And And it's a free event. It's actually all over the country. So even if there's not one in your town, it's definitely worth reaching.
And they find out more about Small Biz Expos at, is it smallbusinessexpos.com or powerteaminternational.com?
I would go to the Small Business Expo.
All right.
Right.
Go take a look at that, folks. And when we come back, Coach Brew wants to know what's good on your feet footwear for an all-day trade show. That's a good question.
Oh, I got the answer.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I had to learn.
We'll bring it right after this. You're listening to Angel and Eric, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show.